Hi, Dana Taylor here for our week 1 video. I don't really have a home right now, but that's kind of a story for another day. I live in Oklahoma. I work in Tecumseh, Oklahoma at the library there, so I spend most of my time in Tecumseh. When it comes to my television viewing habits, I would say there are like 3 distinct things really. Saturday television. When I was young, Saturday morning cartoons was the thing. From 6 o'clock in the morning till noon, solid cartoons and like good cartoons. Now, not so much. We have Cartoon Network and the Disney Channel and Disney Junior, and the list goes on and on. So you can watch cartoons anytime you want to. And that segued into my dad introducing me to his favorite B-movies and sci-fi fiction. Star Trek was a Saturday afternoon constant in our home, and on Friday nights we watched the OETA movie club movies, which introduced me to some really classic movies. And I'm sorry, I don't care how many times they remake it with whatever favors director or actor. Lon Chaney as the werewolf will always be the best. And I watched it for the very first time on OETA's movie club. And then finally, as I got a little bit older, Thursday nights were my television nights. My dad was the minister of music, and so we were in TV and we were in church a lot. So TV was really low on the list of priorities, but I was always home on Thursday night, it seemed like, and that was my night for TV, and it ushered in the era of must-see TV. Thursday nights were must-see TV on NBC, and The Cosby Show started that off, and then the spin-off, A Different World, and it was a whole night from 7 till 10 of programming. And really, the other constant in childhood that I would say is that we watched the news. We watched it as a family at 6 o'clock, and we watched it at 10 o'clock. And that was a signal for bedtime. By the time sports were on, you better be ready for bed. And my parents were kind of a little bit different. Maybe this is why I like television so much. I suffered some trauma when I was really young, and I didn't want to go to school in the first grade. I cried almost every day, broke my mother's heart. And so they bribed me with a television, and it was not the TV that most people think of. It was, they bought it from Damaged Freight, and it had rabbit ears, and you had to dial it in, and it was black and white, and you had to change from, it had a different channel for UHF and VHF. Anyway, I digress. So I got to watch MASH, probably way younger than I should have, and I probably didn't get a lot of the political commentary in MASH when I watched it the first time, because I was a young child, but I watched it in bed every night, and then the TV had to go off. So my parents were probably a little bit different than most people, so I probably watched way more TV than most people, but not really, because we weren't home that much. It was just kind of my ritual at night, and on Thursday nights, and Saturday mornings. Then the first live event that I really vividly remember, I think I was about 5 years old. That'll tell you how old I am. But I watched President Reagan's first inauguration day from beginning to end, and I remember my parents let me stay up extra late to watch the ball where he and Nancy were dancing in their evening wear, and how vividly, it was really kind of the first time I began to grasp the concept of government, and so it was really important to me. And then later, when I had an issue at school, I wrote a letter to the president. So, and then the last live event that I probably watched is the Academy of Country Music Awards, which was a live event. And then when it comes to cable, satellite, streaming, I'm very much a person of the times. I think I watch it however I can get it. You know, if I can, and so much of what's on regular TV I don't like. There are a few things that I really, really like. But so streaming is good for me. It doesn't bother me, the idea of watching it simultaneously with other people. I think we've kind of developed our own culture because technology has developed. And a prime example from lately that I think of, Making a Murderer was a Netflix series, only streaming, but people watched it independently, yet we all were talking about it together at the same time because we were all basically watching it when it came out on Netflix, and it went on to great popularity. So we kind of have the same effects of watching it simultaneously, except watching it independently. It allows for our busy life schedules so that we still get to watch something together, but we may not be watching it at exactly the same simultaneous time. And I am a huge fan of the DVR. I'm very, very busy, and I have 2 little ones, my grandbabies that live with me that I'm helping raise, that are 1 and 2. And you can't watch television with them, or you're watching kids shows with them. So the DVR is my best friend. I record everything that I watch and basically watch it late at night in snippets and snorts because I will fall asleep trying to watch something. So I'm a big fan of that. Wasn't as big a fan of the VCR back in the day, just because it was difficult to always get it, the timer set correctly, and it would cut off before the end of your thing, and there was never enough tapes in the house. Anyway, I digress. So I think I answered all the questions, and I can't wait to see everybody's responses.